With the Easter event in full swing, I just quickly wanted to go over some strategies for maximizing your XP gain during this week of double XP. I should just warn you now that to really maximize your XP gain during the event, you are going to have to spend quite a bit of money on items. First things first, you're going to need to be using lucky eggs. During the event, lucky eggs will double your double experience, so you'll get quadruple or 4 times the normal experience when using a lucky egg. And luckily, lucky eggs are on sale right now for 50% off in the shop, so now is the perfect time to buy lucky eggs. During the event and just in general, mass evolving Pokemon with a lucky egg on is always going to be the best and fastest way to gain experience, but obviously you need to catch a ton of Pokemon so that you can have enough to evolve during a lucky egg. The maximum number of Pokemon that you can evolve during one lucky egg is somewhere around 80, so just to be safe, if you're going to do mass evolutions, you should probably stock up to have at least 85 Pokemon ready to evolve. If you have a faster phone, and I think it only works on the higher end, newest iPhones, you can actually get over 100 evolutions done on a lucky egg by evolving and then force closing the app and restarting it, but again, that's only if you have one of the newest iPhones. Now, to get up to 85 plus Pokemon, obviously you're going to need to go out and catch them, and to be the most efficient at gaining XP while catching Pokemon, you're going to want to use lure modules. If you're lucky enough to have a place to play with multiple Pokestops within walking distance of each other, that's where you're going to want to go. And to be the most efficient with your lures, you're going to want to plot out a path that allows you to make a full circle and hit every Pokestop within 3 minutes. Lure modules will spawn a Pokemon every 3 minutes, so if you can plan your route so that you make it back to the same Pokestop every 3 minutes, you'll be there for every Pokemon spawn and you'll get the most efficiency out of your lure modules, so you won't be wasting spawns by missing them if you're walking too far out of the way. Of course, you'll also want to have an Incense running at the same time so that even more Pokemon are spawning for you to catch. Now, when you're walking along your route, you want to prioritize Pokemon who spawned from lure modules, and you can tell which ones are lure spawns because they have pink rings underneath them. Lure spawns only last 3 minutes, so make sure you try to catch those as soon as they pop up, and if you don't have time to catch a normal spawn on your first trip around the route, you'll always have time to catch it eventually. Those Pokemon are going to last between 15 and 30 minutes, so at some point while you're doing your laps, you'll be able to catch those normal spawns eventually. Now you're going to want to go back to the shop and spend even more money because you're going to want to be hatching eggs while you're walking around your route catching Pokemon. And of course, during the event, more Pokemon are hatching from 2K eggs, which means you're going to be going through incubators even faster. So to summarize, number 1, find and plan a route of Pokestops where it takes about 3 minutes to do a full lap and get back to your first Pokestop again. Number 2, prioritize catching Pokemon that spawn from lure modules over normal spawns. Number 3, make sure you have an Incense running at all times. Number 4, make sure you are incubating as many eggs as possible at all times. And number 5, repeat this process until you have at least enough candies to evolve 85 Pokemon at one time. So then at that point, once you have enough Pokemon to do a mass evolution, you want to head back, or you can stay at your spot, really, and start a lucky egg and just evolve Pokemon throughout the whole egg. You can name them so that they all get grouped together, so you can find them easier and you don't have to scroll through your list. But this is where the majority of your experience is going to come from. So during the time that you're doing evolutions, just do evolutions. Unless you have a Go Plus and you can use that to spin Pokestops and catch Pokemon while you're sitting there. But again, evolutions are going to be worth so much more experience per minute than any other action in the game that you really want to focus on doing those. And if you're not lucky enough to have a spot with a lot of Pokestops close together, just do your best to catch as many Pokemon as you can until you get up to that 85 mark, and then do your mass evolutions. So that's my grinding strategy for the event. I'm going to try to employ it as much as I can, as much as I have time for, and see how much experience I can gain throughout this week. Now let's go back in time to the beginning of the day. We were out for breakfast and Niantic tweeted that the event has officially started, and there it is, 100 XP for the Pokestop spin. Double XP is officially on, so we're gonna get some juice, grab some gear, and head down to the pike for a good old-fashioned quadruple XP grinding session. Skin cancer's no joke. We got 2 hours, 4 lucky eggs. Let's do this. Don't forget the lips. We're on our way down to the pike now, and my eggs from yesterday are hatching. I wasn't able to start a lucky egg yet, but I'm gonna try to get one in between. Ooh, Stantler, that's nice. So these are pre-event eggs, and I still don't know what's gonna be hatching from those event eggs, if it's gonna be Pokemon that aren't from eggs, or if it's gonna be rarer Pokemon down to 2K. So check this out. I'm gonna try, I'm gonna hit my check mark, and then open up the items. Yes, got it. I don't know if this is actually gonna count, and this lucky egg is gonna be active for the rest of my hatches, but what's my XP at? Well, I guess I'll find out. So it should be 500 per egg, times 2, 1,000 per egg. I gotta keep track of how many eggs I'm hatching. So that's 2. Here's egg number 3, and then we'll figure out at the end how much XP I gain in total. Egg 4 going off right now. Magby, 5. This could be the end of it, or there might be 6. I think it's 6. Another Magby. You want one? So then there should be one more. No, 5,100 experience. The lucky egg didn't count. Anyway, we're out here now. It doesn't look like there's too many lures on. Actually, it doesn't look like there's any at all. So I'm gonna lure all the way around the peninsula, and we're just gonna catch a ton of Pokemon. Okay, check this out. I've started luring everything up. The Croconaw just spawned at my lure. And I'm realizing now this probably isn't the most efficient way. With the way I'm doing it right now, the size of the peninsula here and the distance between the stops, I'm actually gonna be missing Pokemon spawns at a lot of the stops, because it's gonna take probably about 10 minutes to get all the way around, catch all the Pokemon, walk slowly enough to catch everything, and then get back to the first stop over at the Trilure. So don't do what I'm doing. Find a tighter area, and that would be a little bit more efficient in terms of getting the most out of your lures. But yeah, I mean, I've already started. So I'm just gonna finish off the peninsula. Those are all mine. And we'll keep catching some Pokemon. So the lures are done, but I didn't put all of them up. So shout out to Connect the Stars, wherever you are. And I hope you're actually here in person and not a spoofer. I'm just gonna put my head down and grind, catch as many Pokemon as I can, and probably only check in if something interesting spawns. So, see you soonish. First round of lures are starting to end. There's a Magcargo right here. And I think for the next round, I'm gonna keep it to a smaller area. I'll probably include the Tri-Stop because it has so many spawn points over there to begin with. And then maybe like halfway down the peninsula, because walking around here, I wasted a lot of those lure spawns. So I'm gonna keep it to a smaller area. 840. That first throw bonus is so clutch.
My son would like to take a picture.
Oh yeah, of course. What's your channel called?
Zach PKMG.
Zach PKMG. Go check it out.
Wait, that's awesome. King's Rock and Middle Stone House.
Same stop?
Yep. Ready? Oh, nice.
There it is. Let's see the moves.
He got Fury Cutter.
Night Slash.
At least Fury Cutter's fast. Slowking.
That's 2 Pokemon that I still don't have yet.
Show him he knows the undership.
Yeah, another one.
Oh my goodness.
2 layers of Pokemon. Magikarp check. No. So check it out. I didn't even have to lure everything up because some bots came through and did it. So that kind of sucks. Come on, Niantic. I thought you were working on that. Check it out. Check it out. Skiploom from the Incense. Jumpluff, not a great Pokemon, but oh no. I did just walk through a dirty, muddy puddle. Really strong, almost there. 86 candies, and I passed the Magikarp. I gotta go back this way. Shiny check. No. Alright, I got the eggs going. This is gonna be all the new 2Ks and my 2 10Ks from yesterday, or from whenever I picked them up. Rhyhorn. That is, it's a 5K hatch. I hatched one from a 5K earlier. So that's Rhyhorn, moved down to a 2K, so hopefully we can get through this before it despawns. Dunsparce, that's not a 2K hatch either. So it seems like what they've done is take Pokemon from other egg distances. Togepi, that is a 2K hatch, and moved them down to 2K, which this is not going to be perfect IVs. I already know, because 302 is too low. Yeah. So it seems like what they've done is take Pokemon from other egg distances, move them down to 2K, which means Pokemon aren't actually going to change in rarity. It's just going to take you less steps to hatch better Pokemon. You know what I mean? So I have a previous video that you can check out that explains rarity tiers among egg Pokemon. But basically what we found is the way that eggs work are there are 4 different rarity tiers, and they have nothing to do with the actual distance of the egg. So for example, Dratini is a common egg Pokemon, but normally it hatches from a 10K egg. But it is equally as common as other 5 and 2K eggs. It just hatches from a different egg. So during the event, I don't think the rarity of certain Pokemon have changed, just the amount of steps or the amount of distance required to actually hatch them. This is egg number 4, winding down here. We've got some errands to run after this, so this is probably going to be the end of the grinding for the day. Bye, Zach.
Bye.
Here we go. 10K eggs. And while these are hatching, let's just talk a little bit about eggs during this event. Sudowoodo. Cool. It's been confirmed that Gen 2 starters are hatching from eggs now, but it's not the eggs that you expected. They're actually hatching from 5-kilometer eggs. And Mantine. Okay. Now, whether or not those Gen 2 starters are going to stay in 5K eggs after the event ends, we're not sure yet, but they're there for now, so take advantage while you can. On the subject of event eggs, though, here, well, I'm not going to give you the full list. I'll put the full list in the description, but lots of Pokemon have been reported and confirmed to be hatching from 2K eggs, including Aerodactyl, Grimer, Lapras, Coughing, Eevee, Skarmory, Shuckle. There's a lot of them, so check out the full list if you want to know. Or just keep hatching your eggs and be surprised when you get something awesome. Sorry, it's just a windy day today. The last thing that I want to touch on is that we're not actually getting double candies from egg hatches, it seems. The most candies that have been reported so far is 34, which is really only 2 above the normal maximum. The minimum candies that's been reported so far is 12, which is 2 above the normal minimum. So honestly, at this point, it seems like we're getting a normal amount of candies plus 2, which really isn't that exciting. I mean, it's only been a few hours, so that could change. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy the event. I'll see you. I might do a live stream later on today, just a mass evolution and live Q&A live stream. So if I have time for that, stay tuned and make sure you have notifications turned on. Head to the channel page, click the little bell, and if I do go live, you'll know. I'll see you when I see you.